Hello. Welcome to coffee time. It's the news. We're doing the news. We're reading the Daily Mail website, so you don't have to. That's fun, isn't it? No, it's not fun. Well, the Conservative conference, the Tory conference, Liz Truss was heckled. Heckled she was by who are they? Oh, Greenpeace protesters. Here they are. They're heckling. They're heckling. Look at them heckle. And they're waving their banner. Who voted for this? Well, no one did, because no one voted for it. But yeah, she was railing against the anti-growth coalition of labour unions and Extinction Rebellion, and she vows to keep on lowering taxes. So we've got ourselves a proper Tory here, which I did warn you about. Get rid of old Boris. You got yourself a real Tory. She is shrugging off protests, and at the conference in Birmingham, she was also ignoring some of her own party members. They reckon there's a brutal civil war happening within the party because she's going to be cutting benefits as well, and we're going back to proper 1980s Toryism. This is what we want. We're going back to austerity again. But she does vow that all EU red tape will be consigned to history by the end of the year. I look forward to that. Yes. What do you think? Do you think that will happen? But also there's the bullet points of what she's going to do. She came on to end people's moving on up. Was that a good choice? Was that a good choice of song? Moving on up lyrics, because I think the lyrics are quite. Here you go. These are the lyrics. You've done me wrong. Your time is up. You took a sip from the devil's cup. You broke my heart, there's no way back. Move right on out of here. Baby, go pack your bags. Just who do you think you are? Stop acting like you're some kind of star. I think she should have read the lyrics on that one before using that as the walk-on music. But yeah, they were anti-fracking demonstrators that interrupted her speech. And she said her priority is growth. A bit like Tony Blair and his education. So they're getting lazy. I always thought Blair was lazy with that. You could be a bit more. But as we saw on Friday with the mini budget. Is it last Friday? It feels like it was a month ago now. It's the economy, stupid, and that's what people will vote against. And I think there's something like 25 points behind Labour. So if there was an election tomorrow, which is a Thursday, we have to have elections on a Thursday, she'd be out the door. The Tories would be out the door. But yeah, what else is she going to do? She's vowed to keep her grip on the nation's finances, will be the party of low taxes, which is great if you're managing the budget and you're covering all the costs, but she doesn't sound like she's going to be doing that. So she's going to level up the country in a conservative way. That ain't good. And she's going to tackle separatists trying to break up the UK. What else have we got? And she's killing off plans to ban buy one get one free junk food deals. The 2-for-1 in the supermarket again. That's not what makes people fat. It's what's in bloody food that makes. They really want to tackle the people that make the food. Yeah. So there we go. Oh, this is a good one. Who wants some saucy stuff? This is a married BBC presenter. They can't name them, but this is the story of a married. I wonder who it is. BBC presenter allegedly. I'm going to say it again. Allegedly fathered a love child with a stripper. And apparently he signed his famous catchphrase across her chest when the pair first met. So we're looking at A mega rich married BBC primetime presenter with a catchphrase. I wonder who it is. Well, it's not Bruce Forsyth, because good game, didn't he? Yeah, nice to see you nice. That would have been a bit too long, but it can't be Bruce because he's not with us anymore. But yeah, she claims she was forced to sign an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, and got no child maintenance. And he took a DNA paternity test, but the results were inconclusive. Well then it can't be the father then, if the results are inconclusive. But yeah, the TV person is denied paternity of the woman's daughter. But she signed a gagging order. I wonder who it is. But yeah, the pair reportedly had a 6-month fling after having met at a nightclub. She said he was working a show in the area and I met him in a nightclub. I went in and asked him to sign my shirt. Yeah. And he signed his famous catchphrase, "Across my boobs." It's got to be a short catchphrase. It can't be a long one, otherwise it would be smeared, wouldn't it? I wonder who it is, though. I wonder who it is. But yeah, apparently the test was inconclusive. It said there was a familial match, but there wasn't a paternal match, which means that, I mean, he took that as that the child may have been fathered by that person's brother, dad, uncle, or granddad, which would have been impossible because she never met any of them. So I think she might need another DNA test. Well, there you go. I wonder it is. I wonder it is. Primetime BBC presenter with a stripper. Oh, it's probably all over the social media, isn't it? Yeah, this is oh god, this is the police, Surrey Police, not Sussex Police, it's Surrey Police, visiting the home of Caroline Farrow. She's a vicar's wife and mother of 5, and yeah, the police turned up on Monday night when she was cooking dinner and barged their way in without a warrant. What did she do? What nefarious crimes did she do? Well, she's a series of anonymous posts on kiwi farms, but she claims she's never posted on there. And yeah, she was basically taken away and frisked, and there's a picture of her being frisked here. But she claims she's been targeted by one of those TRA people, because there are a couple of loony ones out there that deliberately target more vocal opponents of them. But yeah, they seized all her computer stuff, even her autistic daughter's iPad, which contains the Harry Potter audiobooks, which the child uses for comfort. And again, if you've got an autistic child, you know just how serious that is. And yeah, and this is what they're doing instead of going to burglaries. Remember that guy yesterday? Remember, from the Director of Public Prosecution, said you'd be more likely to win the lottery than to get the police to turn up to investigate burglary. All you've got to do is say that you've made a naughty tweet, and they'll come over. But yeah, she claims her innocence and says, "Well, I don't even have a Kiwi Farms account." So yeah, but anyone can say anything about you online, and the police tend to turn up because that's the level of of criminal, interest they're taking. I mean, again, I'm gobsmacked that this is even a thing. But today, the police have said I guess it must have been as a response to yesterday's piece in the Daily Mail. The police are saying now that they're going to start sending. I think it's the first time in something like nearly 15 years that all burglaries are now going to be attended by the police. But yeah, be careful what you post online, because you never know, the police might turn up at your door. Yes. Bonkers. Oh, this is a sad story. This is a story of the Green family. who live in Thetford. They have a 4-bedroom home in Thetford, and what happened was one of the toilets, the cistern, had got stuck and flooded the house. So mother of 3, Emmeline Green, asked, here she is, she obviously works for the ambulance people, she asked the builders to move the pets out of the house because they're going to dry out the house. Here is the house, here it is, move all the pets out, but the builders didn't. They left her daughter's favourite goldfish, Mr. Big Fish, you know, in the house. Yeah. And then they switched on these big heaters. They had 8 humidifiers, like big heaters to dry out the house, and it raised the home's temperature to 122 Fahrenheit, which is 50 degrees C. And they boiled the fish alive. So very, very unfortunate. She should have took the goldfish with. Just always take your pets with you. Yeah, so there was a number of fish. There was the good, bad, ugly, Darth Vader and Mr. Big Fish, all floating lifelessly in the tank. The heat also started small fires in the kitchen drawers, broke their TV, warped furniture and melted candles. So they didn't remove anything. The builders didn't remove anything. She's now got a £7,000 claim with the Royal Sun Alliance. Yeah, those builders, they're not very smart. They should have removed everything from the house, because those humidifiers can throw out a lot of heat. Meanwhile, are you watching the Jeffrey Dahmer thing on Netflix? I am. I'm watching it. Evan Peters plays Jeffrey Dahmer. Oh, it's very good. It's very good. But do you know why he ate his victims? Ping. Mrs. has just gone to Sainsbury's. Well, she bought some bread or something. Ping. All right, Mrs. You're back now, aren't you? Yeah, you're eating a sandwich. Bacon sandwich today? All right. Yeah, in the Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story. Yeah, Evan Peters is in the 8-part series. But Nancy Glass, who actually interviewed the serial killer at Portland's Columbia Correctional Institute in 1993, she's back in the day, revealed exclusively why he ate his victims. Well, it's because he was hungry, wasn't it? Didn't want to pop out to the shops. No, it's not right. That's not the reason why. It's that, again, this is a common thing with serial killers when if they do resort to cannibalism, because he wanted them to be a part of him. It's about ownership. It's the same reason that Dennis Nilsson, kept bits of his victims. They were lonely people. But there's also some belief. There's also a psychological thing that if you eat someone, you take on their traits, their power. Again, there are tribes in Africa who used to eat their slain in war. Used to eat their slain victims and eat parts of them to, be strong and powerful. And there's that kind of psychology going on there as well. So there you go. He was desperate and lonely. Yeah, desperate and lonely. Yeah, that's what Nancy Glass claims. Or he just liked the taste. Just like the taste of it. It's not crazy. Meanwhile, what's this nurse done? This is, oh boy, there's some good pictures here. Miranda Hughes. I'm just going to pull up this picture. Here you go. Let's just watch this. Let's just stare at this picture. What has she done? Well, she's been fired. What did she do? Well, she was a former NHS nurse, apparently, and she was sacked from her job. Yeah. But why? But why was she sacked from her job? Here's a better picture of her. This is a more sensible picture of her here. Because she was on the Jeremy Vine show. Oh, maybe it was Jeremy Vine with the other one. But he's not really is he a BBC presenter? I don't know. But yeah, apparently on Channel 5's Jeremy Vine on Monday, she said, and this is a good quote, you're going to like this, she said that Tory voters don't deserve to be resuscitated by the NHS. And there was apparently a media backlash. And now she's going to lose her job because the Twitterati have gone to town. I'm being vilified for being some kind of monster that doesn't care. Well, we do care because you're saying that the Tory voters shouldn't be resuscitated. Oh, you're one of those hashtag be kind folk who, you know, only care about people who align politically with you, and everyone else can, because that's not what the Hippocratic Oath says. You know, you should really do some research. Yeah, so yeah, I think she went a bit gaga, didn't she? But yeah, she also slammed Brexit as absurd and embarrassing, and another inflammatory television appearance. She claims she's being fired from her job for breaching her firm's media policy. Again, there would be conditions. She may have, you know, yeah. Here we go. This is their statement. She works for HCML, which is a South London-based private healthcare provider, and yeah, there's a statement. I don't know if I'd be bothered. Do you want to read that? Pause it. You can read it. There's a lot there. Basically, she expressed an opinion that, you know, there's probably a condition clause in her contract that says, Just don't be stupid. Keep your stupid thoughts to yourself. But hey, yeah. Oh, do you remember the Wagatha Christie case? Do you remember that? When Rebecca Vardy and Colleen Rooney went to court. Do you remember that? Do you remember? Because there was a libel case. This is Vardy. Have we got a Rooney? Have we got a Rooney? Oh, here they are. Is that? No, where's Rooney? Well, there's Rooney and Vardy together, and I have to say that, you know, Wayne Rooney, old prostitutes. Do I have to? That's a legal requirement, isn't it? But anyway, there's been an update. Yeah, there's an update. The judges bang their gavel, bonk, and she's going to have to pay the legal bills for Colleen Rooney. So she's got to pay her own bill, and Rooney's bill as well. And they reckon it could come to nearly over 4 million quids. That's a lot of quids. That's a lot of quids, isn't it? It was an unsuccessful libel case because Rooney accused her of being the one who leaked stories to the papers, and Vardy took her to court and lost. And yeah, well, yeah, well, there you go. It's 4 million quid though. God, there's not much going on here. Not much going on here. Oh, this is a grim story. I saw this earlier. They reckon this is in the town of Pisky, which is in the north of Ukraine, 15 miles east to the city of Izium. Ukraine soldiers reckon they found a Russian torture chamber where they found teeth, gold teeth, and caps and dentures, which they reckon was from a torture chamber where they'd been, well, obviously pulling teeth out of people. And yeah, they investigated. Again, we're going to say torture chamber because, you know, It hasn't been verified independently, but it's a pretty grim. You know, who keeps a load of teeth? But yeah, they've got some electric cables. Yeah, you want to put that in a bag, because I imagine those cables have probably been touching someone's testicles. You know, it's not good, is it? Not good. Meanwhile, we're talking about. Do you remember the chess grandmaster Haines? Yeah. Here he is, looking moody. Well, he was accused. He was accused of cheating with a. He was using vibrating anal beads. They reckon that the 19-year-old was using anal beads, and his coach was like texting him, you know, 1 buzz for left, 2 buzzes from right. But yeah, chess.com have found that the chess prodigy had cheated over 100 times. In a 72-page report, Neiman confessed to cheating in 2020. So he's got history. Yeah, and they found that he broke the rules in tournaments as recently as 2020, and he made remarkable signals and unusual patterns in his play as a player. Yeah, I reckon he may have received assistance in more than 100 online games using illegal computer aids. So yeah, and he would have won. Did he? Yeah, he cheated and included cash prizes. Oh God, this is rocking the foundations of the chess world. But yeah, so yeah, maybe they were right about the vibrating anal beads. I mean, got to really want to win, haven't you? Good news, everybody. The Ebola outbreak in Uganda is they're struggling to contain it. Apparently, the death toll in Uganda has hit 10 because of Ebola. Look, it's a nice handy picture of Ebola, so you know what it looks like if you should see it on your travels. Yeah, another health worker's died. This is in. Does it tell you what region it's in? It's in the Mubende district. And there's 19 others that are classified as Ebola. Oh God! All we need is Ebola. Can you imagine Ebola coming up to London? That'd be bad. That'd be bad news, wouldn't it? Ooh, don't want that to happen. Meanwhile, because there's a rail strike on. Did you know there's a rail strike on? Yeah, there's rail strikes. I think till Saturday. But commuters have been mocking. I've been mocking Aslef by tweeting, "I'm working from home." Yeah, everyone's working from home now, because that's the 21st century. Here they are. Here's the members of Aslef protesting. Gee, they should have worked at home too, shouldn't they? But yeah, it's good. It means that no one's really noticing. Yeah. Good news, everybody. It looks like we might have another big court case, like the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial, but this time it's going to be Brad Pitt versus Angelina Jolie, because she's accused him in court papers of choking one of their children and slapping, I heard punching, another child in the face during an explosive row on a private jet. And again, this that has been well documented. Oh, so it's going to be more he said, she said, or she said, he said. Oh, I wonder how that's going to go. But you know, Angelina Jolie is a bit of a, she's a bit crazy. Just saying. Now, do you remember there was a trend? Do you remember when there was a trend where you go into a pub and they'd serve your food on on a roof slate. You know, odd ways of serving food to you. Well, this is a series of pictures that have been gleaned from the Instagram account We Want Plates, because you know they do. Why won't you do what I want you to do? Yeah, they often sometimes serve things a little bit odd. Yeah, a little bit odd. Like like I said, this was just served on a tray, right? On a tray, no plate. Okay. You want a coffee? Here it is in a measuring jug. It's like, really? I suppose you can drink out of a measuring jug, though. Now, it's bangers and mash tonight, missus. But I'm going to serve you to them like this. In a pint glass. Mash at the bottom. Now, they got that wrong. You should have had your sausages with your mash on top. Mash being like the foamy head. They got that wrong. They got that wrong, didn't they? There's lots of things in little miniature shopping trolleys. There's that. That was a cocktail in a shopping trolley. But here is some crisps in a shopping trolley. Because that it's a lot of fucking about, isn't it? Oh God. Shepherd's pie in a pint glass, anyone? No? Don't worry, I'm working up to the worst one. This was a sweet and sour chicken. This isn't the worst one. Oh no, I've got the best one for you. This is some jelly. This is the worst one, trust me. This is some jelly, red jelly. At an experimental Japanese restaurant. Yeah, they're being served on sanitary towels. There better be a good animal story at the end of this. There better be a good story. Oh, Jesus. Just put it on a plate. Just put it on a plate. That's all I want. A plate. Still looking for the animal story. Yeah, this isn't an animal story, but I read this the other day, but there's more to it. This is the story of Chloe Haines, and it's very sad. Here she is. I won't show that one because here she's with her mother. Because some of the other pictures they post are from her social media account and are more for the dads, and I don't think it's a suitable picture. But yeah, she was staying at the Adelphi Hotel in Liverpool, and they reckon she got confused in the night and tried to open a wardrobe door, and the wardrobe fell on her to go. Obviously, she thought there's a toilet. And the wardrobe fell on her. She was crushed and killed by the wardrobe. And but there's more to it now. Cause I've already heard, because they're doing an inquest in it. But then enter this fellow. This fellow is Wayne Kenny. He's how old is he? Is he 46, I think? Yeah, he's 46. Wayne Kenny. He heard noises and managed to get into her room. And he was leaving the hotel for a day out when he rushed to assist, you know, and tried to give her CPR. And he ended up being arrested for murder. Wow. The police, again, this is how stupid the police are. Right? He spent 10 hours in police custody and was threatened by other inmates, but he was released without charge. But he reckons it's probably contributed to him losing his agency job that he had. But he says that he'd had some training in CPR. So he had some experience of CPR. He wasn't fully medically trained, but he knew how to do it, and he took over. But yeah, the police arrested him when obviously it was just a terrible accident. Isn't it terrible? There you go. That was a twist to the case I'd not heard, because I'd read about her being crushed by the wardrobe, but I didn't realise there was even more fallout to it. Terrible. Oh no, they're spoiling grand designs. Don't want to see that. Don't spoil grand designs. It's my thing on a Wednesday. I love it. But apparently a TikToker has gone viral. Remember, it's TikTok because that's the sound of their brain cells gone together. She created a list of serial killers and their star signs. Good to see Pisces represented there on the list. There's I think there's 3 Pisces. That's not bad going, is it? That's not. Because you've got to have imagination, you see. Got to be imaginative. I think most of them are Geminis and Virgos. Oh well, it's a load of old bluff anyway, isn't it? It's a load of old bluff. Still can't find any animal stories. It's getting on a bit, isn't it? It's getting on. We've got some excellent pictures from the James Webb Space Telescope. I think these are absolutely amazing. Here we go. This is the 4 galaxies within Stephen's Quintet. Wow, I've never seen that one before. This is the Cartwheel Galaxy. Which is on collision with the smaller galaxy. This is just the opening to Doctor Who back in the 80s with Peter Davison. I'm going to keep doing that joke. And this is the Cosmic Cliffs. Wow. Fantastic stuff. I could look at that stuff all day. Good screensavers, aren't they? Yeah. Ping. That's my cue to go and make the bacon sandwich. Right, there's no animal story, so I'm gonna have to go back to the folder, because god damn it, we're going to end on an animal story, and this is an alligator. Right, this is in Palm Beach in Florida. So we've got 2 things here. We've got Florida, and we've got alligator. And this is from, what's his name? Robert Rosetto. I've got to get queued up because it's one of those blink and you miss it things. He had a new drone. And he was just doing some pictures. An alligator jumped out and grabbed his drone. Look at that. I'm having that. Yoink. Now, I'm sorry, Robert, but you could see that alligator was paying a bit of interest. You should have moved it. And yeah, that was a brand new drone that he used for his real estate listings. Not anymore. I mean, that's the keeper in it. That's the money shot. You could say he was a bit snappy. Oh, it's terrible. Anyway, anyone in the chat room? I doubt it. Karen's in. This Truss, words come cheap. Well, you know. Snoring doggy. We do have a snoring doggy. Let's have some dog cam. There she is. Let's listen. Yep, Very snoring. Floyd says, full breakfast on the shovel. Exactly. Bondi said, I'd rather attach live electric cable to a certain appendage than watch even a microsecond of a bit Jolie court case. Well, again, court TV, they're going to be... But then they make the movie. They've already done a movie of the Depp Heard one. So then we're going to have the movie, and maybe they could do like a crossover. They'd be like, you have the MCU. You could have like the court case universe, and then you'll have Pitt and Jolie versus Depp and Heard in a battle. They'll be fighting each other like in the X-Men or something. I'd watch that. I'd pay to watch that. Alex says, oh, that's good. Didn't see any cancers on the serial list there. Well, who knows? It could be a first. Nick says, you'll need to play Heaven and Hell Third Movement when looking at those Webb telescope images. Or as we like to call it, the theme from Cosmos. I miss Carl Sagan. Who have we got now? Brian Cox. Oh, it's brilliant. Oh, and the universe, brilliant. Can't stand him. Idiot. Things can only get better. Yeah, right. Anyway, that was coffee time. Ruining the channel. One video at a time. Did you enjoy it? Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it too. And we'll do this all again soon. That was the news. You better drink it up. Oh yeah.